Legend Elite Motorsports. I'm your host, Isaiah. And today we're going to take a look at the intercooler piping that just got welded, and also another item that I picked up. And I wanted to thank all of you guys for subscribing and hitting that bell icon. We are about 4 subscriptions away from 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, and let's dive in. Okay, excuse the noise in the background, but it is all welded up solid. Yep, completely welded, and I gotta bring it to a buddy of mine's shop so he can pressure test this and make sure there's no leaks anywhere. And then that'll be good. But I actually messed up because you're not supposed to paint where your couplers are going to bolt onto, because it'll just pull the paint off. You have a loose leak, and then there'll be paint on the inside of the coupler. You got to sit there and peel off. Huge issue. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to grind away the paint about here, and probably end up redoing the paint. It's very rough looking. So, get this looking right. I didn't want a gloss black. I actually wanted like a flat black. So it kind of blends in. But got to do that. All 4 corners. Blow-off valve is on and tight. I made sure it doesn't leak one more time. And as far as the couplers, this is all of the couplers that's going to be needed to put together the intercooler piping. There's going to be one from the turbo, which comes out like this, goes to the intercooler. Then there's going to be one for the intercooler, comes out the intercooler, another coupler there, and then from there it goes straight to the throttle body, which is another 3-inch. So we have here 1 2.5 complete, both sides. And that's going to be from the turbo to the pipe. Then we have a 2 to 3, 2.5 to 3-inch. That's going to be for the intercooler. And same deal here. This is going to be for the other side of the intercooler. And then this one's going to be for the throttle body, which is 2.5 to 3-inch. 3 inches is 76 millimeters. I have a 73 millimeter throttle body, which I'm pretty sure is not going to make much of a difference, especially when you tighten down the clamps. And speaking of clamps, I have all of the 2.5. I actually ordered the 3-inch, which will be here tomorrow. So, not going to bother updating you with a clamp, but we are going to move on to another item I picked up not too long ago. Let's check it out. Okay, here we go, huh? Alright, this is a spare transmission I actually picked up for the Mirage. It is a 1.5. We're going to start taking it apart. So, yes, let's get started. So first things first, we are going to lay this down gently, or as gently as possible with one hand. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take off the clip for the throttle bearing. That's very important. Gather as much of these as possible, but anyway, and we're going to take this one, which we can't even see what it is. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's original. This one's no good, obviously, but so we're going to take out the fork, which just pops out of position here. So give me a second, I'll pop it out. Okay, and again, sorry for the background noise. It's going to be like this pretty much the whole duration of the video. But yeah, so we got a nice rusty unit here, which is fine. We're going to clean this up, of course, and repaint it. Probably something high temperature. but definitely needs to be cleaned up regardless. All right, so we got that and the clip. This one's gonna go in the garbage. I need to order another one. I think the best ones to use is a coil unit. This one, I cannot tell you what it is, but I know for sure, coil 100%. Next, we're gonna take off this slave cylinder. We have to order another one of these. This one's gonna go in the trash. It's rusted, I'm pretty sure. All right, so let me take this off. It's gonna be two 12 millimeters. That's gonna come off easy. Then next, on the inside, as you can see, there's no lubricant put on here, which is a terrible, terrible thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this guy off also, which are the 4 screws, like that. And that's gonna need to be cleaned also. So these 2 items are gonna come off in just a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the 4 bolts off there. This piece isn't moving yet. I don't want to soak it down with penetrant just yet, so I'll leave that guy sitting there like so. We got the slave cylinder off. We're going to take off these reverse light here. Pop that guy off. We're going to take off the speedometer, and we're going to take off the shift linkage. So let's get to that. We're gonna need some 12s for this one, 10 for that one there. And we're gonna need a 24 millimeter for this guy here. And basically what we're doing is this transmission is going to be going on to the 500 horsepower motor. So I definitely want to open it up and make sure everything is up to par. There's no messed up synchros, no destroyed gears or anything like that. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. So this is going to be the tear down of the 1.5 transmission. And just for reference, it's not too far off from the 1.8. So, you know, and actually the number, I don't know if you can see it, but is F5M411F8. So that's how you know it's a 1.5 transmission, mainly because of the 411 part. The 1.8 is, I believe, 428 or 422, something like that. But this one's definitely 1.5. So let's take this out also. This is going to need a cleaning. Doesn't look destroyed. This can go another round. That's good. Some good news. All right, so I'm gonna pop these 3 items loose. I'm gonna do this one last, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is the speedometer. Rides on a gear and spins like so, and this is how you get a reading for your speed. Long story short. Then this is your reverse sensor. Okay, so it has a ball here, smooth. Once it is put into reverse, this is pressed, and then it activates these 2 wires at the back. Pretty simple, but effective, works. All right, and we're gonna make sure we put this bolt back for the speedometer sensor so nothing gets misplaced. So, right up top here. Excellent. Alrighty, and the finale, taking this guy off. Okay, so we got this piece out. 4 bolts here, and then 1 bolt from the side. Okay, so the 4 bolts, once you crack those loose, there's pry points on the actual unit itself, which is right here at the bottom. Little lip there for you to put a screwdriver and pry it out. Now you want to pry it a little bit, don't go crazy. Then there's another spot right up here for you to pop it out up top. But this screw, which goes right here, goes into the side of here. So you have to take this screw out, otherwise the whole piece isn't coming out. And you can see inside there, it's looking pretty nasty, but not too terrible. Okay, next, so what we're gonna do is start taking loose all of these bolts all the way around the transmission. All of them. All the way around. And then there are actually 2 more on the inside of this bell housing here. So we'll get that first, and then we'll take out the remaining screws and take it from there. Make sure you do not pull the screws out at all, because then you will not know what size goes where. They are different length, so that's very important. Okay, so all of these are loose, and I know what you're thinking. Time to yank it on up. Nope, up here, that you have to take a flathead and push it down on the side, and then pick it up to reveal a C-clip. So let me grab my C-clip pliers, and yeah, moves pretty freely. Pretty sure it needs to be spread open. And of course, on the bottom side, you have to make sure you take this T25, or excuse me, it's a Torx bit. It's a T50. So that has to come off. And then once this guy is off, here we go. T25 out, and with this guy off, you should be able to lift the case. So let's give it a shot. Okay, and the case is off. Taking a look at the gears, looks like this has been sitting a little while, but not too bad. Everything's coming off, just needs to be cleaned. And it's looking good. Gotta clean this guy and clean up the gears. There we go. That should be neutral. Alrighty, it's looking good, good, good. Alright, so we are going to take both of these guys out on both sides, and as you can see, we have some screws here which are 12 millimeters, another set over here. Alrighty, so it's about to get really intricate right now, so make sure you pay close attention. I'm gonna go slow so you guys get all of it. Okay, so this lockout gear goes in through here on the case. So you got to make sure you line this up when reassembling, which we'll get to that once we reassemble, but we're disassembling. That is good to know exactly where that goes, and make sure that you don't destroy anything. Next, we take out the two 12s here, we take out the 12 back here. It's a T40 Torx here and under this guy. So watch me, I'm gonna show you exactly how it comes apart. These two are identical. The one back there is a little bit shorter. So after you pop these loose, you slide this towards you, coming this way. All right, here we go. Slide that towards you. Okay, make sure you do not lose any of these pieces. This slides into this guy right here. So we're gonna keep that together. All right, and we're gonna place that down. Okay, next you'll be able to move this back as soon as you slide this up and out. Remember, the groove faces the top. The smooth side faces down. Just like that, okay? So we're gonna take that out, push that back. Now you can reach the Torx, right? Then once you reach it, pull that out, put this back so you don't forget. Now, to move this guy out of the way, you're going to move this up into a gear. This is the middle one. See if I can get it back down. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna move it up. Whichever way is easiest, but you're moving the whole thing up. Probably grab it from both sides and then push it up manually. Give me a second. Definitely hard to do up with one hand, but looks like we got it. So now you're gonna lift this guy up and out with the reverse gear. All right, sit this down. Next, you're gonna get to this last torque bits here. So this comes out. Of course, remember to take out this guy over here. You're gonna use 2 fingers once you crack it loose. You're gonna use 2 fingers to get this out. And remember, the 2 longest ones go in the front, right here. Then the short one goes in the back, right back there. And the Torx bits, T40, go here and over here on top of this plate. Okay, so remember that. Now you can lift the whole assembly up for cleaning. So we're gonna put this back down into neutral. All right, there we go. Oh, wait, went too far down. There we go. So you'll be able to tell it's in neutral when you can see both ring gears, top and bottom. That is the synchro. Okay, so that's in neutral. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna jiggle the whole unit up. Now you can take this piece out, lay it down. Remember where it goes. This side is bottom, right? Then this whole piece comes up. So let me lift it up and show you what's next. Okay, so this is the shift selector for this side. These 2 are the shift selectors for this side. And as you can see, this is the bearing that goes straight to the clutch assembly. So this needs to be cleaned thoroughly for obvious reasons. And on the inside, you see that little shield I took apart came apart. So this is ready for some cleaning also. But before we do that, we are going to drop bolts in their proper place to make sure I don't forget any of it, because this stuff is crucial. Very, very important. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And shorty goes all the way over here. Actually, I should put it with the ring, but this all needs cleaning, so I'll memorize that part. But Torx bits. These are both the same size, same torque bit, which is 40, T40. So we can put those back. And as you can see, there's Loctite on those, including these, I think, for obvious reasons. Yep, you don't want to throw it into a gear and then the whole selector goes through the back of the tranny. So very important. Then I'm gonna make sure that this guy stays together. We know that this is the lockout T50. Okay, and then this is the reverse gear right here. We'll keep all of that stuff together. And now, because I memorized where this goes, I'm gonna take that out, and now we're gonna start cleaning. So grab you at least like 4 or 5 cans of brake cleaner and start cleaning everything up. But this part here is the magnetic tray that catches any metal fragments from you grinding gears or missing shift, granny shifting, not double clutching right there. So make sure you take this out and clean it. It's magnetic, so it pops right out. Ooh, no double clutching at all. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're gonna clean this guy out, brake cleaner. So we'll be back for that. It's gonna be fun. And also, there is this part. This is the open diff right here. And we're gonna pull this out next. It pretty much floats. It has a bearing both sides, bottom and top. So when you launch, because this is where the axles go, it doesn't shift any particular way. So this thing's pretty strong. These are in excellent condition, but these are pressed in. So if you remove them, you could destroy them. If you destroy them, you're gonna need a part number. And if you get the part number, you'll be able to replace these and press them back in. But let's get this out so you can get a full view of what this is. Okay, so we took the differential out and flipped it down. So this is what we're looking at. This is the final drive right here. And this is the speedometer. This tells you how fast the car is moving. Okay, and then this is the other bearing I was talking about. Now both of these things are moving fantastic. I'm pretty sure they're in excellent condition, but I want to see if I can put together a parts list and start ordering all of these items. So I'm going to be paying a visit to the local Mitsubishi dealership, and I need to write all of this stuff down. Make sure you do, because seals like that one and that one would be perfect time to replace these, so you don't have to go back in and do anything. So with that being said, we're going to order those seals. We're going to order this bearing, both sides, just to make sure that they're new and ready to go. And before I end this episode and we begin cleaning, because everything needs to be cleaned, and you guys will see that next episode. But before I end it, I have a little surprise for you guys. So as much as I would love to put this engine together, freshly rebuilt, new bearings, new this, new that, this open differential just isn't going to cut it. So I actually went to a place online and ordered me something a little bit more appropriate. Definitely have to share this excitement with you guys. So I just popped open the box, and we have limited slip goodness in here. That's awesome. ADW90. Sticker. Interesting. I like it. And let me pull this box out. Oh, it just gets better and better. some good information, which we're going to go through this carefully. Oh, I see something. Look at that. They pack it so well. Make sure it doesn't move at all. That's great. Woo! All right, clutch tight. Oh, look at that. They even supply the ring gear for the speedometer. That's great. And they supply the nuts and bolts for the final gear. And that's perfect. They give you everything. That's perfect. That's great. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. There's definitely a lot more to come. So, again, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscription button, including hitting that bell icon for updated notifications, especially if this is the type of thing that you like to watch. But I want to thank all of you. I think by the time of this episode dropping, we should be hitting 1,000. So I definitely appreciate you guys, and let's keep it going.